Hello! Just sat eating, so apologies to the delay there. A wee last minute munch there. Right, El Sobrano's just signed and he's already been taken to Wrestler's Court. Ideal. So we made a few signings last night. We also have Chelsea Green and Mia Yim coming in. Frustratingly, we were going to go with Jimmy Havoc versus Hangman Page at All In. But he did get a year-long injury, which we got him to take surgery. There we go. Words are hard. He's taking surgery, and that's cut the recovery time down from just over a year down to 3 months and 1 week. So we are going to find something different, unfortunately, for Hangman Page, but hopefully we can still find him something decent. So I've got 4 weeks of television to build towards the next event, which is the second annual All In, with a few people debuting, a la Big E, etc., or E, Kevin Steen. They will be in time. I don't think it will show us exactly when they're in, but yeah. So we need to try and fit them into plans. Matches already confirmed for All In will obviously be Sami Callihan versus John Moxley and the Young Bucks against the Lucha Brothers for the AEW Tag Team Championships. And in the women's match, we'll get Hikaru Shida so far, but 3 other women will be looking to join that matchup as well. So, thinking ahead, we've put our heel face divide back, and we are going to be looking at bringing in storylines post All In, so we can then look towards getting more people over. But that means. Alright, so let's start booking. Well, we can. Actually, going to start the show with a sports entertainment angle, and that is just going to be between Sami Callihan and John Moxley. So basically, building it up, a bit of an argument, talking about the history, make sure that the right person's in is always a good start. Make that an 8-minute segment. Moxley, of course, doesn't like to be scripted. Find something for Jericho as well, the AEW champions. We don't have a number 1 contender yet. It's happening, call them out. Decided we'll go with a wee stream now, and then that'll take us through to qualifying and then the Scotland game. FP3's at 4 PM as well, but I'm watching the women's racing just now on Channel 4. Races are a bit short though. But aye, so not sure what we're going to do for Jericho just yet. Our main event, we will have Chris Jericho in action, just to make sure we get the high rating, and we'll have him face Shawn Spears. So not giving away too much on television. We'll give them 12 minutes. Chris will win. That can be a show-stealing match, and that can be a submission victory for the AEW champion. And do you know what? Let's actually put the title on the line, just to give it another match towards that, and to make Jericho's reign look a bit more stronger. Not just putting the pay-per-view matches as title matches, but having some on television as well. So Shawn Spears v Chris Jericho. Let's have a 4-way tag team match just to get some people on the show. Let's have the best friends in action as they can take on the Addiction, Los Guerreros del Cio, and 2 just people that aren't quite up the card. So let's go with Jungle Boy, and let's give an opportunity to Kip Sapiens. I've not really used Kip so far. We'll make it a 8-minute match, and we'll have Angelico pick up the win over Jungle Boy. We'll make that storytelling. So we'll make that open the match. Also have another freeway to get into the Women's Championship match at the second annual All In. So we will have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, we'll have Leva Bates, and we'll also shove in Penelope Ford in this one. And we'll have Dr. Britt Baker pick up the win. And the loser, Leva Bates, she can put her over. That's pinfall, that's fine. What I'm going to add in there, it won't be a massive segment, we'll have a guest commentary, and in that one we'll have last week's winner, whose name for some reason completely escapes me, despite the fact I've just looked. Akira Shida. She won't say much, she just get judged on overness anyway, so we'll have her at ringside watching that match. So we need to get some angles in. I'm going to use Jimmy Havoc on Hangman Page, just because obviously Havoc's injured, so saying, you know, we'll fight eventually, but because of my injury, this will need to wait. We'll have a promo from Chris Jericho on Shawn Spears to prep for the main event. Jericho's unhappy, doesn't want to be scripted, that's fine. Looks in a regular theme here. What else can we have? We have Marco Stunt taking on Dustin Rhodes. Give Dustin the win after 6 minutes. Again, keeping the idea that he can't face certain people. It's happening, Jamie. And I can go in there. Try to think what else we can do. Let's just have a hype for Kenny Omega. Let's try and get Kenny a bit of overness. There we go, that can fit in for the co-main. So this might be maybe not a strong show, but we're hoping the main event can kind of carry it through. We'll have the show in the Southwest. I'll go in the Southwest, I've not been there for a wee bit. Hopefully get a decent 4,000 crowd. Hope today, Jamie, you've been kind of search for money to try and stop lowballing Motherwell for David Turnbull, you know, giving us all the money that Celtic can give, which is a lot. I still think he'll end up down south. Anyway, that's our show for today. That'll take us into October as well. So that's very, very good. Sami Callihan and John Moxley trade words in their sports entertainment style promo, just basically detailing their feud of years gone by. Both men worked well, using the freedom to improvise to their advantage. Moxley's getting better at his gimmick. Marvez and Excalibur were pretty weak on commentary, but it did give the show a strong start. Got the crowd hotter, and yeah, I think that'll certainly help Sami Callihan in the long run. A few negatives there, so that could have been even better if we had a better announced team. So Akira Shida comes out for this women's #1 contender match, you could effectively say. E-19, of course not the most over person at this moment in time. And about the terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Britt Baker winning over Leva Bates and Penelope Ford gives a E+35. Leva Bates is probably the most talented athlete in there at a 38 rating, followed by Britt and Penelope, but Britt takes up the victory and she'll be the second of 4 women in that match. Penelope Ford had a negative crowd reaction, so we need to work on that. Also as well, let me know if there is any difference in the stream at all in terms of quality. I have put it up to 60 FPS, but I haven't changed anything else. It's something I'm going to have to toy with. And AEW is obviously not really a graphical game at all, so let me know on that. I didn't realise my upload was as high as it is now. So this is going to sound mad. When I done FM back in the day, I swear to God I was on like 6 upload. It's really shocking. Now it's something like 30 odd, which in comparison is like, what? 5 times more. it's kind of tempting me to boot up the alarm save and just fuck about on stream, basically. We'll see. I know I said I'd retire, but alarm's just a piss take anyway. Dustin Rhodes defeated Marco Stunt in 6:13 with the Lone Star State of Mind, D-38. Marco with a better performance to Dustin, no skill improvements. Few negatives, that's fine. That's fine for Dustin. Jimmy Havoc's promo got the crowd hotter. D45 just basically saying he's injured. He will get the match against Hangman Page, but that match will be postponed and pretty much until 2020. Kenny Omega's hype package was only an E plus 31. Co-main event actually was better than I thought. Bout with subpar wrestling and little heat. Los Guerreros de Cielo defeated the Best Friends, The Addiction, and Jungle Boy and Kip Sapien in 8:06 when Angelico defeated Jungle Boy with the Fall of the Angels. Sapien was a weak link, D plus 51. Kip was only an 18, but you can see there's some good performances in there. Kazarian, Daniels, Jack Evans, pretty decent. I'm happy with that. Jack Evans with a few skill improvements as well. I think considering that's a storyteller match, that's pretty damn respectable. Jericho's promo was a B78. He's invented a new catchphrase, so if anyone wants to guess what that could be, let us know. Decent matchup. Jericho defeats Shawn Spears in 11:31 with the Walls of Jericho, making his second AEW Heavyweight Championship defence. Got the crowd buzzing. Shawn Spears only 37 to the 65 of Jericho. Shawn Spears does improve technical performance. A lot of negatives there. Both men with stamina. Surprised Jericho couldn't deal with the pressure of going all out. And of course his declining physical ability. But at the end of the day, the show still gets a C64 over what we need to get and increases our popularity in 18 regions. So as we head through the next couple of days, that will give us an idea if the decision to change production values, etc., to match WWE means whilst we're gaining and getting bigger and bigger as every show goes on, we are not losing too much. Hopefully, I could maybe deal with losing 50 grand in game a month because that won't affect us too much. That still gives us realistically a year, and I think in that time we can certainly get into a position that will give us profit. And I think you'll have a good wee bit of time in debt as well in game. So I wouldn't worry about it that way. Alright, so Penta goes to CMLL. God damn it, every time there's a contract up at somebody I want Matt Riddle. I absolutely want Matt Riddle. But no, he's an MMA crossover, we can't sign him. Shit. Forgot about that. Tony Khan, what have you done to me? I'll miss the first 15 minutes. Just purely on the basis that I'm going to watch the qualifying for Canada. I'll get a watch, man. Man, that's a bit in the balls. I wanted to sign Matt Riddle. I need to make sure Tony Khan's alright with me. So WWE, we also put in a bid for Kushida as well, because I just thought he'd be class. WWE are offering 6,930. No chance we're going to get him. That's fine. I'm happy to accept Tony Khan. What do you mean the Volta thing isn't with friends? I've only obviously seen the trailer. I don't know anything in depth about it. If anyone wants to let us know, check Discord. You know I can't pop up on stream because it everything pops up. Here we go. Next, I know I put the thing about shifty hoodies. That was the first thing I thought. It's 1v1s. Looks like there's an item shop for buying the gear. Need to confirm. From what I've been hearing, you won't be able to make a full team separate online friends. It's you or your new friend, couch friend versus online opponents, so not clubs. So that sounds like a FIFA Street career mode type thing, doesn't it? That sound about right? That's through story mode and then play through promotion relegation online. So it's dead already. To be honest, I'm not going to be able to play clubs and hopefully be beating people in Motherwell, but with Turnbull going without it. So Moxley doesn't like Angelico, Jericho likes Angelico, and we get 0.31 TV rating. Now I just want to check if I can go to a couple of wars. AEW, top 100. So our best ever show was Do You Want to Start a War? So other shows, 3 pay-per-views are all up there. That's good to see. Worst ratings are C minus. Top 10 matches. So Moxley and Jericho still the greatest match. That's not me see TV shows. That's fine. Okay. So we won't know then. In fact, there is a way to check. No, it's not broadcast. TV controls. There we go. So yeah, it's our biggest show. We can see the big jump there when we change to where we are showing it. You can see there was 0.14 up to 0.27302731. So that's good. Really happy with that. That puts us in a very strong position. Size wise, yep. Just need to steadily keep improving. 65 for each place is still a long way away, but you never know. It'll be interesting to see when the likes of Kevin Owens and that pops up and comes back to the Kevin Steen get up. I love how as well in this women's series it is pretty much just Jamie Chadwick just dominating. And it's not even the fact they use the same car every time, like they change cars, so you can just tell she is a far better driver than the rest of the field. Alright, let's have a look then. Tyson T1. I like it. Interesting. Now I'm going to check actually, there's your Matt Riddle contract extension. God fucking damn it. How bad was SmackDown? Kane and the Big Show took on, well, I was going to say who's in the Shield. If we get Moxley, then it says Kane and Big Show defeat Rollins and Reigns in 2019. Well, even in TW. Bayley beats Ronda Rousey. A skip between Undertaker and Lesnar. Bryan against Cedric. Robert Strauss, Mojo Rawley. Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher against Owens and Zayn. Not the greatest shows in the world. That's fine. Smash just giving Cherry Bomb or Ali as a new contract. You seen the new Vince McMahon meme that's cutting a bit as well? That's some good shit. AKA that Undertaker Goldberg thing for last night. Alright, let's have a look. Otis to stay with WWE. Cool. Nothing there that's major. Seamless contract. I haven't really used them a lot to be honest, but I think we'll keep him anyway. We'll just give him another 6-month deal. 1.7 for an appearance, that's fine. It's only $100 more than he's been getting previously. delete that. That's fine. I think it's going to be an evening watching the motor racing, watching the Scotland game, finishing the LARN season, and hopefully powering a bit of Supercard as well. Absolutely gutted I couldn't get that working with BlueStack, because I would have been happy to stream that, even though it would have been a lot of just grinding the particular episodes. This is the worst thing about TW. In between, there's not really a lot to talk about. It's just basically progress. Until you get into a more fictional universe. Dave Mastiff to re-sign. It's mostly just contract stuff. There's not really been any controversies. The same way, at least in World of Mixed Martial Arts, you usually get fighters calling people out and all that. And because you're booking a lot in advance on that, yeah, they're constantly doing stuff. However, managing the UFC is absolutely horrible because there's so many fighters. It looks like Chadwick should have this in the bag, I think. Right, so Pat Patterson to retire, Anthony Guerrera to retire as well, Rick Kabuki. A lot of retirements in the one day. Fuck, that's the name for the past. Becky Bayless, I mean, she was in TNA as Cookie, with a Jersey Shore type gimmick. It was very short lived because she'd have re-signed to WWE. I expected that, and we just didn't have the funds to go for it. Tony Khan was not willing to sanction anything a bit higher, so that's fair enough. If it was up to me, I'd have just threw the money at him, but wanted to give it a wee bit of a challenge. But at least we've noticed as well, we're starting to get a lot more consistent with the streams, which certainly would open up the idea of coming back to it. As I say, there'll be a lot of TW for the next 2 weeks. We might see some Crash Team Racing, because it's not something I need to take absolutely serious, Crash Team Racing. There's a good chance of that, and then I'll maybe do some F1 because I get 2 weeks off at the fair, and I'll just be playing F1 anyway. Pretty much for that 2 week spell, that's the plan. Yeah, nothing really there that overly screams out to us. Seeing like a season of contract, that's fine. So we'll just progress on. We'll find out if it is a financially positive month or a negative month, and we'll see as well if we're going to take a dent in the other companies and hopefully drag ourselves up. Because that could have certainly, well, we take a loss, it could be a loss to eventually go to a financial gain. Excuse me, just to switch my Xbox on. And fire the F1 on. There won't be an F1 20 save. I'm not buying it. I need to convince myself I'm not buying it. I was actually thinking, like, when I round up what I want to do in FM19, like, what do I do? Do I just... Is that it? Or do I still play FM, but just casually, but play... Maybe just go back and just go as far into the future with NEC as I can? I don't know. I kind of want to be at that stage at LARN as well, where I just want to be breaking records. I want to be getting 38-0-0. I want to be beating teams 14-15-0 every week. I want to see just how much I can just dominate with the money that's there. Hell, to get an idea of what we've got, Liam Donnelly at Motherwell, I've got him on a £4,000 a week contract in the Northern Ireland Premier League. It's mad. But we should win the league. I'm 8 points clear with 11 games to go. I like it's going to be down to luck of the draw, you know, how we do in the Champions League qualifiers. If we make the Champions League, then it's curtains. And how long the tycoon's there, because he could just pack up one day and then I need to just like shit, I need to sell him, etc, etc. Right, I need to watch, this could be written. That's paid per appearance, we're alright. It's been fun, man. It's see, because there's so much financial power, I don't really need to try, which just allows me to chill, and that's what you want. You don't want to be. I was always feeling a lot of teams there was a lot of pressure, especially streaming, where you were making sure you were winning. I mean, losing that qualifier 6-0 after being 5-0 up, I'd have been devastated on stream, but offline I was like, no, that's cool. Shit happens. I was looking at Billy Kay, but average, strong. She's a good entertainer, but in ring, she wouldn't be elite, and we've already got a lot of women coming in, and I don't think she's going to be cheap. No way. Can you let me know what the Croatia score is, by the way? I know it was 1-0 at half time. Oh shit, I hope none of these are written. Touring, that's fine. So if they're all DDT, we'll be alright. That's fine. As long as they're on the run. That's all I was worried about. There we go. Kevin Steen will start work tomorrow. So Kevin Steen will debut very, very shortly. What I'm glad to see is there 2-1. Scored for Wales. Was the man, the myth that's come off the bench, Davy Brooks. We lost £4,000, so that's not bad at all. That's a loss I can deal with if it means we gain prestige momentum, but obviously we'll lose a bit more because Steen will be on £13,000 a month, so we might lose a bit more, but we're gonna have a what a guy! He's fucking baller, man. What a player. We'll see how we do. In a good position. How long do you think it will be until we can seriously compete with WWE? I'll answer that in a second because it's quite a long-winded answer. Brooks wasn't fully fit. They confirmed that. That's why in the build-up they played Volks, that used to play for Falkirk, played him in the 10, or at least on the formation screen, but he wasn't fully fit, hence why he didn't start. Because I was like, where the fuck's Davy Brooks? He's a fucking man, but that's it. In terms of how long it will take to seriously compete with WWE, I would say because of how the Who's made his mod and how AEW has been positioned, I'd imagine maybe about 2021. We might look at our TV deal that could speed up the process, but I just feel getting to national is pretty much where I expect the challenge to happen. We just need to keep being positive. The one thing that does worry me though is the decline in the industry within the US, so we may need to try and branch out in other countries. But we never know, something could change it up. We could certainly, that's alright, we're not any national battles either, but we could get into the likes of your company relationships if I can find it. There we go. And we could end up, dirty tricks against WWE if we've done something with them. Because they're obviously going to continually make profit. We just have to get to national, which when everything else is 31, 31, 34, a long way to go. But you can see there's definitely good progress to be made. If we just go on raw popularity, at least a 45 previously in the Great Lakes at the start, ends up at a 51, 25 up to a 35, so progress is being made, but it doesn't happen overnight. But WWE will also have the global scale, and we are slowly but surely. We have to focus on the US first, and then we'll branch out to the other regions of the world. Let's go look at hidden gems. I don't really need to bring anybody else in, but Angel Williams, Sean Rickard, Dalton Castle, Bill Morrissey, and Matt Cross. Just El Lindemann, this says I should be pushing. That's fine. Franchise players. I'd say we're giving them all pretty decent pushes. How's the prestige of my championship? 71, 64, and the women's is at 48 just now. Because obviously we are yet to crown a women's champion. So at least 3 more Monday Night Dynamites. And then we'll have an event. Interestingly, we've actually got Chelsea Green, so that's ideal. Let's hype her up. So we'll give her a good angle actually to get her noticed. So I would like 40. 40 introduces new signing. There we go. So right here on the stream, Mick Foley, and it's going to be Chelsea Green. She should be. Where is she? Alright, our contract must not have started yet, so let's just scrap that completely. We'll have a tag team main event. Let's have two main baby faces against two heels. So let's get rid of a few of these. Let's have the team of two former rivals, John Moxley and Kenny Omega. Well, they'll team up to, in fact, Moxley and Lethal. Screw it, let's go with something big. Against Jericho and Pac, because I want to keep Sami Callihan away from Moxley. Pac's got his injury, so that will limit him a little bit, but we'll have a 15-minute match, and it's going to be Jay Lethal, hopefully being put over by Chris. Steal the show, because that match will be a main event. See if Chris will do the job and duties. Nope. Keep you strong, we put him over. Great. So what I'm going to do then is add into pre-booking. We're going to have at the second overall in AEW Heavyweight Championship on the line, Chris Jericho taking on Jay Lethal. The second annual All In. I'm going to move that. Does it look safe to have AEW January, do we? There we go. Fuck, I didn't move. I'll do it later. It's cool. So, Moxley and Lethal against Jericho and Pac. We'll have Joey Janela in action. And he can take on Maxwell Jacob Friedman. So I've not really used MJF in the last couple of weeks. MJF can pick up the win. It can be a storytelling match. He'll win by flash pinfall. Make it kind of like he's flicked the win. I wouldn't say tainted, but still fluky. Post match though, because we have to build them up again, Joey Janela will take the loss, and it'll be MJF and the Luchasaurus that'll be beating the shit out of Joey Janela. Because we do need to push a mid card. We can't just keep going, oh, he's a WWE guy. He can headline a show. We need to bring up the people as well within the company. No women's match in this week's show because I want to wait to Mia Yim and Chelsea Green are in, and then we'll decide which other participants will win the Fatal 4-Way, just in case I want to put the four of them in there. Have a tag match. We'll have the champs in action, so the Lucha Brothers will be in action. We'll have them taking on two up-and-comers, so that will be the team of Jungle Boy and Kip Sapien. So we'll just put the kind of people in like matches with bigger talents just to see if we can develop them as well. Penta can take the win, and Jungle Boy can take the loss. That's fine. That's cool. Don't need the titles in the line because it's two ends of the spectrum. One more match on the show. Who have we not really used? That's all I see. We'll go with El Soberano Jr., mid-carder. And we'll have him take on Scorpio Sky. And El Soberano Jr. will take up the win. I don't know why I sounded Italian there, but he picks up the win. I've got a quick one tonight. France away to Turkey, Italy away to Greece, and Scotland at home to Cyprus. It was going to be Scotland and somebody else, but they dropped from 1 to 2 into 4 to 11, so effectively into 1 to 3. I've put like a £1 treble on 3 correct scores. Northern Ireland to beat Estonia 1-0, because Estonia will likely have Oyama and Ania up front, so I don't see them scoring. Scotland to beat Cyprus 2-0, and I can't remember the other game, but I think it was a 1-0 in that I'd put. Just for £1, just a bit of interest. We'll end the show with Authority booking a one-on-one match. It is going to be Mick Foley. We'll get him on the show as he books Chris Jericho and Jay Lethal for the second annual All In. Mick doesn't want to be scripted either. Fucking hell, Mick. So that'll end the show. We're going to have a formed alliance. That would be Moxley and Lethal, that's right. Just kind of like, we're both on the same page here. We're going to make sure we can win, and we're going to boost the ratings up of the show, so it certainly gets there. So that's fine. Let's also have a promo as well. We'll properly push MGF, so let's go all in on that. So that can get 4 minutes. So MGF promo, and I'm also going to have a promo from Kenny Omega as well. I'm determined to get Kenny over. I know I tried it. Oh, what was that? He does not want to be scripted. Okay. So that's going to be a challenge as well. The Bucks are scripted, as is Kenny. I'm assuming Cody would have been as well, so we need to watch out for that in case politics gets a bit too much. Because I never ever give MD any sort of creative control. I know I completely forgot I saw him on the sideline. Going to be a show in the Tri-State. We've never been here. It's going to be a lesser crowd, but yeah, hopefully getting more people into that particular area. So you've got to try that and see if there's any hotbed areas. I don't think there will be. For the attendance we're looking at, nah. So I think at 2.6, there we go. Heinz Athletic Centre in New Rochelle, New York. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Let's crack on. So Mick Foley in New York. Makes perfect sense there. So Kenny's promo was a D plus 52. Enjoyed going off script, so that's good for Kenny. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Crowd got hotter from the opener. The Lucha Bros carry the match, but it also gives a good outing for the likes of Jungle Boy and Kip Sapien. Jungle Boy will change the gimmick eventually, but it is just really putting on the good workers to develop his performance skills, so that's pretty good. Happy with that. It means then we could maybe make that like a co-main event rather than an opener. Turbo match, MGF defeats Joe Janela in 6:46. Crowd got hotter again. Luchasaurus did some good work at ringside. E plus 34, not bad. El Sobrano Jr. against Scorpio Sky as a D46. Luchador gimmick got an average rating, but he got better at it. But yeah, he's pretty good there, I think. In terms of Scorpio Sky, he's just going to be a steady hand rather than anything spectacular. Jordi Ossi Tutu, I have not. I'm actually learning a good bit more about like under 18 teams for like the Premiership because I keep getting every scout report. It's like, here, this guy's going to be 5-star potential. I'm like, well, everybody is in the Northern Ireland Premier League, so it's hard to see how good they're going to be. D43 for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And then a E22. I kind of mucked up the order there, that's my bad, but it's good. You know what I'm doing anyway. So the beatdown was shite. The formed alliance between Mox and Lethal was a B78. Both guys improvised well. Match itself, good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Moxley and Lethal defeated Jericho and Pac in 14:58, and Lethal defeated Jericho with a lethal injection. Pac is the weak link because he's injury, but again I just wanted to use him. Moxley head and shoulders above everyone else when 81, so we don't need to watch him in case he's too over and then gets pinched by other companies. Moxley improving performance, Pac and Rumble, but considering going all out, there's a few penalties there that would be quite hinder us. Jericho's declining physical ability, the wrestlers that couldn't go all out for the steal the show match aim, which we have to get in every show. The booking decision will probably take off 2 or 3 points because you've got to protect Chris Jericho, so Jericho looks strong, and that can affect it a little bit. And then a few points as well for Marvez and the low experience. So Marvez will probably go. Again, we are still going to look to pursue CM Punk, but I'll decide right up to All In what we actually do. And Mick Foley in the show, Jericho and Lethal is going to happen C60, giving us final rating C65 and the usual popularity increase in 18 regions. So you start the show off hot, you end it hot, and then in the middle of the show you can kind of push people and get them over. I will say the likes of E and Kevin Steen will be on every show pretty much because they're a written contract, so there's absolutely No point whatsoever, just not using them. Obviously, we need to try and push them to the moon as well. Right, let's have a look at our emails. Dragon Kid out of Dragon Gate. Don Fuji hurt badly. A shoot interview from Angel Williams. She doesn't like low key. That doesn't surprise me. Angel De Oro. I'm pretty sure that's the guy I had in the WWE save and just never pushed them. There we go. Kevin Owens leaves WWE. Kevin Owens makes the jump to All Elite Wrestling. 3.33 TV rating. And John Moxley doesn't like Joey Janela either. John Moxley doesn't like many people. I've noticed that. So far, we made 18 grand profits. So we don't make a lot of profit off television. We don't make a lot of profit off a lot. But we'll see what happens. So Kevin Steen is going to be a heel. He obviously is going to be a main eventer. Because he's going to have good skill level already. And his popularity will be at a decent level. 57 is pretty good in this for where he's at. Don't want to be don't want to make him an egomaniac. Aye. We'll keep him in that kind of gimmick. I'm quite happy to keep that. And yeah, Big E will start the next day, so E's in as well. And that will give us 2 guys that we can debut in the next show. Just say we do want to utilise them every week. So I think I've got an idea of one of the matches I want to put in. Which will have the use of our user character as well. Right. Masara Shono is injured. That's fine, nothing there directly affecting us. Apart from Etor Ewan has joined AEW and will be working under the name E. So E is in. He's going to be a babyface. He's going to be a main eventer. So our main event scene's certainly going to be strong. His popularity, we've got lower, 44. Don't want to give him a decent one. So babyface, maximum risk will go to 28%. Comedian? Comedy? I'd say so. He can be a comedy character, but in a good way, like he's quite good with his comedy in real life. So in a kind of joking perspective. So at least a 2-week build now to get E and Steen in the position. Glenn Jacobs last night made a surprise announcement that he's returning to the wrestling business. Been with us since we've seen him in a wrestling ring, so he's back. That's fine. Shane Soul, remember when he was as a referee turned wrestler with TNA? That was a thing back in the day. Well done if you remember that. Billy Case says with WWE. I'm going to make one more bid because there's someone I do want to bring in, and I did say I was going to bring them in. So Kip Sapien, we'll fix him in a second. Nick Jackson's contract's up. Let's negotiate. Let's make it a 2-year written deal. Would you take that? And then we can tie him down as an AEW talent. So the two things I was going to do, just because I remembered because we're cult now. So Kip Sapien was an enhancement talent, is now a lower mid card. I'm intrigued to know if that is on the position of the fact that he's wrestled a match for us on television. So like match history. I'd like to imagine that's the two matches he's had have kind of given him that much a popularity boost that he's up to a lower mid. But yeah, I did say once we were able to lure someone back from retirement, I wanted to bring the Wolves in. So that'll be a written 1-year deal for Davey Richards. Oh, no, that was there. So Davey Richards for a year, and of course Eddie Edwards as well, Impact World Champion as well. But we'll bring both of them in a 1-year deal. Because they were one of my favourite tag teams to book back in the day, so just add a bit more star power to our tag division. And two guys that could probably relish eventually. Well, saying that, they were pretty good singles wrestlers before anyway, so I think they would relish being in that kind of role again as well. Well, let's have a look what we got. Daga has been fired from Dragon Gate. So quite a few going for Dragon Gate. So it's amazing how that happens. Like a lot of times, good few people get sacked. Is that he was in WWE at one point, wasn't he? NXT or something like that, a Cruiserweight Championship. Dasha Fuentes. Well, there's a small database inaccuracy because she's obviously been fired, and it's also absolutely mental when you look at her outside of the ring compared to like when she was outside the company. Like she just was a robot in WWE, and she's such a flamboyant character, flamboyant person. It's mad. Lamita is going to go another pair appearance. That's cool. That's fine. I can dig that. I don't like the fact we're still 8th in the rankings, but why are we still not ahead of the companies that we're battling with? I'd say we're gaining importance. If we go 49-49, that's higher than it's been. We'll see. So I think today's stream will just go right up to All In. We'll book All In, and that's what we'll call it. I'm gonna go for CM Punk in a minute. Yeah, so Tanaka is going to sign a new contract. Dragon Gate looking to sign the Curry Doi with him in my 2013 TNA save, if anybody followed that on YouTube. Noah sign up Zack Sabre Jr. But I've noticed as well, we haven't really had to go and bring in people from the Japan and the likes, so that's good. Alright, so we get in here. Edit data. Worker. CM Punk. Out of the business, we'll just change it to hiatus. See if there's anything else I need to change. If he's on hiatus, he should come back as an active wrestler, so that should be fine, or a commentator. So that's fine, that's all you need to do, all you need to change. And then here we should be able to offer something to Punk. Regular wrestler. In fact, roles wrestler, I wanted to change his roles, so let's quickly change that. I just need to find roles. There we go. Favourite roles, wrestler usually, colour commentator sometimes as well. That's literally it. Literally all I wanted to add him as. But even if he'll talk to us, might not be big enough for him to speak to us, but whatever is needed, a 1 year deal, £4 an appearance. Want creative control, however we want to reconsider the financial terms. Yeah, let's give you more money rather than financials. So £5 an appearance. It's a big deal, but it's somebody that's that over that I think it's a risk you need to take. And I personally think Punk will go to EW. But he seems to be somebody that does stick to his word that he's done with the wrestling business. So while I think he will, there's a good chance he might not. Uh oh. Uh oh. If rumours are believed, there is some bad blood between AEW and Shikara, so we won't be doing business with them. We won't be doing business with FIP. We won't be doing business with Evolve. We won't be doing business with NXT. Tony Khan is on a mission to hate everybody, it seems. So that is going to make me quickly worry. There you go, hostile relationship with 4 companies on the one day. Just not quite the companies I was hoping. Hoping to be with WWE. But if we just got to go to relationships, 5 hostile relationships now. So that's 5 companies were against each other. But as they were a far bigger company, I'd like to imagine far bigger resources, so we should hopefully be able to knock them down a peg or two as time goes on. Let's have a look. Tatanka's retired, so no shock appearances at WrestleMania. What else we got here? Oh, nothing massive. Nick Jackson will sign his written contract. He is now a permanent AEW member. And now it's time to book the debuts of Kevin Steen and this is going to be absolutely class. So we are going to start off the show with a promo. It's just a single generic promo from our user character Cody. 5 minutes. Simple, basic. We're happy with that. That's what I checked on with pre-booking. That's fine. How do you make an impact? You put Cody through a goddamn table. Kevin Steen debuts, destroys Cody. I think you know where we're going with this one. All in. There you go. That is going to be our opening segment. We're also going to have a matchup. We're going to have who's a heel, who's a heel, who's a heel. Christopher Daniels, and he'll be facing E in his debut. I need to debut them both on the same day. I know he wouldn't do that in real life, but it's a great opportunity to make sure we're getting the best financial result out of them. We'll make that an all-out match as well. So open challenge accepted. So Chris Daniels will do it, and he will accept it, and that will be a 4-minute segment just beforehand. So that's two pretty cool moments so far. Our main event is going to be a 2v2. It is going to be the Bucks in action, and they are going to take on Chris Jericho and Sami Callihan. It's going to be 14 minutes, and I'm going to have Sami pick up the win here over Nick, hopefully, if he lets him, just to get him a bit of overness in the main event. Perfect. Post-match, because then Jon Moxley can attack him. In fact, no, I suppose you want Moxley there, and you'd want Sami there, because Sami would be in the night already, and then Moxley as the face would come out and try and brawl. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. Real time, we're looking for more matches. So opening it of the day, we will have Hangman Page against Peter Avalon, I think. I'm very happy with that. That's basically everything we need on the show. Let's have a few hypes. We'll have a hype video for Kenny Omega. And one for Kenta as well. Now you can see the industry falling's affecting us now, because there's an attendance decrease. It is literally back down to 4,000 rather than 4,300, so it's a bit worrying. But we'll go back to the Great Lakes. We'll keep running here. We'll try and get a flat on $4,000 at the Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Well, I quickly check. So Canada is rising, but it's not quite where we want it to be. Fallen in Mexico. We could start a base in the UK, effectively. Japan would be good if they could understand their wrestlers. Horrible in Europe at the moment. Japan's probably the hotbed of place to go. So it might financially screw us, but it might be a good place to start picking up and try and get a TV deal on. So Cody gets a C plus 66 for his promo, just talking about the road to All In. And then attacked by Kevin Owens, or Kevin Steen, I used to saying that again. Attacks him at a table, puts Cody through it, C minus 56. Debuts the Egomaniac Weasel gimmick, which got above average, and it got the crowd hotter. So Kevin Steen is in AEW. And about the terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat, Hangman Page defeats Peter Avalon in 5:38. E plus 31. You can see their Page is a far better worker. Decent storytelling match. Hype video for Kenny Omega was a D minus 36. Christopher Daniels came out, and then Big E accepts the open challenge. So E gets a D plus 52. Great rating for his comedian gimmick. So that's perfect as well. And the match was very solid, a C62. Got the crowd buzzing. E with a 62 to Daniels' 45. So you can see already that Daniels is getting hurt with the physical decline. But a good co-main. Hype video for Kenta is just an E plus 30. Main event is the best match in AEW history, with a C plus 70, as Jericho and Sami Callihan defeat the Young Bucks. Sami picking up the win there, so that should give a good boost to his in-ring performance and overness. A few negatives there, just Jericho's declining physical ability, and the momentum of Matt Jackson, and Sami's inconsistency. And the brawl at the end, Callihan and Moxley gets a C plus 66. In the show, we're C65, and does the job again of increasing our popularity in the 18 regions. So that's pretty much what a lot of the save is going to be, is just ensuring that that's over a plus 60 odd rated show and continues to really gains effectively. If you can keep going at that rate, then you're in a pretty good place. It's going to be interesting because now we've got a few people that have jumped over from WWE. And again, if there is decent names that I think would suit well in an AEW environment, like the lady on screen just now, Sasha Banks, then we'll certainly try and pursue them. How many shows have you missed? Depends on the last time you were here, because I've done that many streams I can't remember who's been in what. But everything, if you have missed anything, will be, it's on demand on Twitch anyway, and it's all getting put up on YouTube as well, so some are a bit later than others going up on YouTube, but it's pretty much every 2 days, because you just don't want to be firing up 2-hour videos every day. If people want to watch it, it gives them a wee bit of a break. Everything will be made available. But we are just off of All In. And there we go. A new tag team, babyface tag team, because I don't have many of them. So 1 year deals for Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. CM Punk sees due to come in, and a 3.33. So the likes of Punk in that, bringing in more bigger names will probably hurt us a little bit financially, but it just means we are going to have star power. So Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, I'm assuming will both be main event pushes. Occasional wrestler. That's fine. Comes to worst, we can edit them. But at least we've got some damn good depth in the tag division as well. It's actually crazy to think we only have one more TV time, and then it's All In, where I do literally have to go all in with a great card. Enzo and Jay White as a tag team, can anyone imagine that? That'd be quite an interestingly bizarre team. Apart from that, nothing else there that really directly affects us. I do want to progress it through quite quickly as well. So that's another reason why there's a lot of kind of just processing, because once we get a good bit in, it is a bit more a fictional fantasy save, and then you're getting closer to that war, because I think when it gets to the stage of war, it's going to be really, really fun. It's just a big journey getting there. Also mental that Ferrari are half a second up on Mercedes. Still plenty of time, enough. Plenty of time, 33 minutes. Right, DDP to retire. Great Kelly into the Hall of Immortals, Jesus Christ. What I'm going to do as well is I will look at basically getting a EW Hall of Fame, but obviously, well, we could do it quite early. The likes Dustin would maybe be a good shout, but we'll worry about that. Corey Graves. If I wasn't going to bring in Punk, Corey Graves would actually have been perfect. Fuck it, let's steal him as well. What WWE offering? 6,500. Why would you consider us? Or one of the two offers I'd seriously consider. So I think if we get Graves in, then pretty much you're binning off Mavarez, and you can go Excalibur, Graves, and JR. I'm just spending too much money. But anyway, because obviously a while ago we had all the pregnancies, so maternity leave for Candice LeRae, for Ashley Lane, There'll probably be a couple more as well, I'd imagine, if we scroll down. Emily Reid, yep, so there was one other, but for some reason not there. Johnny Yuma to re-sign with CWH. Progress against Rev Pro. There we go. Mr. Brooks is in the area as a full-blown babyface, but he will go on the announce team straight away. That's fine with DDP. DDP, well, that actually works out fine. He's going to retire a month. We could add him to our Hall of Fame. CM Punk's push going forward. He wants to be a main eventer. That's fine. So we will have to give him something on screen at All In. But what we can do, announcers, Alex Mavarez, get yourself away. Because taking your place, my friend, will be CM Punk. Weak colour commentary. I disagree. There we go. He'll join the commentary team straight away, pretty much from this event onwards. It's up to you guys whether you feel that's a realistic signing, but there we go. We've now got the ability to bring in CM Punk, Kevin Steen, the Wolves. It's properly an upper card stacked roster. Nothing else that directly affects us. I don't know, Jamie. The problem is, there's a lot of stuff I won't be getting it straight away if I do, because obviously Crash is at the 21st and F1's at the 28th, so there'll be day one purchases for both. Well, I say day one purchases. F1 will be the standard edition because I'm not going to get the time to play it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so there's no point in paying an extra tenner for limited playability. Plus the Senna Pro stuff and other liveries, it's cool. I really just could play mine career. So I will be looking at other Nintendo games. I think E3 will certainly determine that, but the plan at the moment is just to finish Mario Odyssey, which could take a good bit of time, especially if I'm playing everything else. But we'll see. I think we'll just leave Corey Graves, that's fine. We'll stick with Punk in there. Chelsea Green has left NXT, so we've signed her, and we have a new business goal from Tony Khan. What's he giving us? Wow, CM Punk must be kept above 71 overall popularity in America. So he wants us to keep CM Punk good. That's fine. And in 7 months' time, we can sign MMA guys. So I'm toying with the idea of Luigi's Mansion. Obviously, Pokemon will be a yes. I think there was something else I saw. I don't know. The problem is with Nintendo games, it's like, oh, if I hold off, I might get it. But they don't really decrease in price. That's the biggest problem with Nintendo. I've just been fortunate I found sales on the official Nintendo website. I was getting the digital copies for like 30 odd quid, 33 quid, rather than the full whack. I've still never bought a Switch cartridge yet. And Pokemon I'll probably just download as well. 2019. That's all I know, it's this year, mate. I don't have an exact date. I think we'll get a better indication of that. E3. Frustratingly, I will be getting FIFA, but that's just, say, clubs and that. WWE are not going to give Alexa Bliss a new contract? What? I know she's not exactly the greatest technical wrestler, Noro, but 28, strong, popularity is decent. Fucking damn right we're signing her. Get her in right now. WWE are not going to offer a contract. Get her in a 3-year deal. 4,800. fuck would they not offer her a new contract? They must just have two stacked a roster if they're not going to bring her in. That's mad. So I don't want to keep buying games and I've still got stuff I've not played. I've still to get back and play Return to Arkham, so the two Batmans. I still have not, as I said, finished Mario Odyssey. I still got two Digimon. I still got one Digimon game and it's Rapper, because I've been too busy trying to do the other one. So I might even install that and play that tonight. It's a different kind of game. It's not just battling, it's an actual story-driven one. We'll see. Let's say FIFA's uninstalled, NBA's uninstalled. I've just decided I'll get the new NBA and take those goals to that. So Impact evolved the contract to Michael Elgin. Evolve versus Ring of Honor. Corey Graves staying. Oh, fuck it, why are they getting all the ones that actually want to bring to AEW? She's got a long-term injury, I'm sure. 4 months, but she only rated as average. Nah, I do want Heidi Lovelace in here as well. Fuck. $2 grand, 3 weeks, that's fine. What if we give you $2.5 grand on a 3-year deal? I'm going to end up putting AEW to business, I think. Oh, there we go. Just on it. Appreciate it, buddy. This is how you end up with a stacked roster and far too many folk you don't use. So Dustin. I'm going to let go. Is that another new goal as well? Or is that just the CM Punk one? That'll be the CM Punk one. That's fine. Marco Stunt will give you 75, keep you happy. That does mean we are going to have a stacked division for the women. I've effectively just turned my company into NXT. Well, I check out that PS4 game again. I can't even name it. Death by something or something. Well, depends what minute of the match. The last 10 minutes, his legs are fucked and usually doesn't have a lot of power, but he's been set piece taker. He does the outswingers and Gaboli done the inswingers. So money for Britt Baker. I don't think we're going to get Heidi. That's going to be frustrating. They're offering a 4-year deal. We'll go a 4-year deal because she's 28, so I'd take it at 32. But there we go. We have Mia Yim as well in the company. So obviously she will go into the women's division. Quite happy to keep her as cool. The head baddie in charge. I think she's someone that's going to be a very steady hand for the company. So here we go. This, believe it or not, is our going home show for All In. The second one. We're missing Chelsea Green and Jimmy Havoc through injuries. Everyone else is available. 2v2 matchup. The winners will make it to the women's title match at the event. And the babyface side of things, we will have Mia Yim, shock horror. And she will be teaming up with Ali against Penelope. She's had a chance. Actually, all the heels have had chances. Awesome Kong and B Priestley will get another chance, but I think you know where we're going with this one. Mia Yim, Ali picks the win in 8 minutes. Mia with a win over B. And we'll add that there. So it means the Women's Championship match at the event is going to be Ali, Hikaru Shida, Britt Baker, and Mia Yim for the first ever AEW Women's Champion. We're then going to have a 2v2 ladder attack, which is going to see the debut of the Wolves. So Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards will attack Nick and Matt Jackson. This is how you somehow, from nowhere, change your booking and then book a match into a triple threat tag team match, three-way tag, which is then going to give us the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros, and Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards for the championships. Obviously, we're going to start the show with a single promo, because he's going to be presenting like all the show, so why not bring in CM Punk, and then we just change that to none. So Punk is in the area. Contract signing and a brawl between Jon Moxley and Sami Callihan, with Mick Foley presenting that. That can be a good 9-minute segment. So a lot of angles. And we'll put the Young Bucks in action just so we've got a reason of why they get attacked. So the Young Bucks will be in the opener as they take on the team of Daniels and Scorpio Sky. We'll keep Kazarian out of that one. So 8-minute match, and that will be Matt Jackson pinning Scorpio Sky. Make that storytelling as well. So that can be our opener. That can come in there. Women can co-main, then our main event matchup. Let's go with a fatal 4-way. Just give key wrestlers opportunities. Squad booked. So let's have Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega, Pac, and Kevin Steen in the main event. 14 minutes. And Kevin Steen will defeat Pac. Pinfall. And this one will be due to botched interference, so Pac will be attacked accidentally by Cody. And that means we just need to add in a Steal the Show match. So we'll have a wee short, quick Steal the Show match. And that will see Kip Sapien, who's going to be a bit better. He can take on Penta. 5 minutes. Steal the Show. Proper good just opportunity for him. Penta picks up the win. Submission. Just tries to break his arm. There we go. That is a very short go home show, but it's hopefully a go home show that allows us to push the company on for this massive pay-per-view. Amazing how we've jumped up for just 4,000 fans and it's 4,500, so maybe the sign of CM Punk is certainly, put a lot of butts in seats. And we're actually going to see if we can push a 5k attendance if we can. So we'll go with the Bowling Green at the Bowling Green Ice Centre, or Ice Arena in Ohio. There we go. So CM Punk debuts his straight edge legitimate gimmick. It was poor apparently, but I got to show off their strong start and I got the crowd hotter. So that's a B79 for CM Punk. And about that, decent wrestling and little heat. The Young Bucks defeated SoCal Uncensored in 803. C-56. CM Punk was pretty weak on commentary, but we will keep him there for like this and then All In, and then we'll start using him after All In. So that was a pretty decent match up there. Young Bucks gaining some momentum going forward. We then have the Attack Wrestling Machine, because that's what they are. They're here to kick ass and wrestle. So average for Davey Richards, above average for Eddie Edwards, as they attack the Young Bucks. That's a D minus 40. The women's match had Mia Yim and Ali go over in 7:31. It's a D41 weighted match up there. Mia Yim was his most strongest performance, followed by Awesome Kong. So that's going to put Mia Yim in a good position to potentially be the first women's champion. A C63, so fantastic, simple 5-minute match, gets pretty much one of the highest ratings we've had, as Penta defeats Kip Sabian in 4:39, so I'm really happy with that. Got the crowd buzzing. Penta looks $1,000,000 coming out of it. Just what you want. Sami Callihan was underwhelming. Moxley was good, as they have their contract signing. And another brawl before this matchup at All In, the C63 with Mick Foley. And our best match in AEW history, a B minus 73. Kevin Steen defeating Omega, Pac and Moxley in 14:16, giving that away as a televised match with a package pile driver. Because the thing in television, you can only make it 14 minutes because it's an hour show. It's looking likely we'll move to 2 hours very quickly, but at the same time, you want to be it could be a great pay-per-view match, and you can see there Steen 77, Moxley 80. It gives us that star power up the top end. So end the show, C plus 70, increasing their popularity by 18 regions. So of course Cody made the mistake. He cost Pac accidentally when he tried to take out Kevin Steen, and that has resulted in a victory for Kevin Steen. And it also means on the day of All In we need to find something for Big E. Right, so Eric Young has won the US title. 4,200 to the 8,000, so we're slowly getting there. Fucking hell, man. Why is this game continually doing this? People I want to sign. I'd rather steal them now and then that's them they're in. I think you need to try and steal Pete Dunne as well. There we go. The former Ruby Riott, Heidi Lovelace is in. So that's fine. Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, these will get a rest anyway in this week going into All In. I should probably check and ensure we have a full roster, because that could arse up plans. Alright, so let's have a look here. Nothing massive. It's an old EWR legend as well, Emil Satoki. I used him a lot. He was somebody that helped my early companies. There you go. Alexa Bliss. We'll sign, we'll give her a new gimmick, and Pete Dunne is in as well. You've got to steal him for WWE while there's somebody you can develop, and that's two good signings. So I am absolutely delighted to get both of them on board, and that should be a kick in the teeth for WWE. Maybe hinder us a bit financially, but certainly something we can do. So schedule, please have no one missing for All In. Nobody missing for All In, but we are going to be missing, oh well, it's people that were WWE, so that's fine. What I do as well, because it is All In, it is our event. I wouldn't say it's a season finale, but I would like, let's put a minor band in for 25,000. a celebrity as well, and a special set. So we will spend a bit of money in the show. Whether it costs us a lot, we'll see, in terms of making us lose a good bit more, but we've got to give it a WrestleMania type feel, so that's what we're going to do. And obviously, when we get more financial backing, then we'll obviously like to do like major bands and whatever. Major bands, major celebrities, you name it. This is interesting. Our Ferrari actually got to compete in this race. Let's have a look here. WWE rejection. This is one we're not going to pick up, is Alicia Fox, but it seems they are trimming the roster because they have went down to Cult. So they'll be fine financially, they just won't see the need for all the wrestlers they've got. That's fine. Looking forward, it could be an interesting qualifying session tonight, that's for sure. Let's have a look here. The one thing is, most of the time it's just like, oh, who's going to be available that we can bring in? I didn't realise as well the lack of strikers Scotland have got for this game tonight. Like, I'm looking through them, like, I don't know who I'd play as the number 9. Like, everybody's thinking we should play Brophy, and I'm like, well, if we're going to play the 4-5-1, we kind of should go with a situation where, you know, it was Fletcher was playing off a Forrest and Fraser. That's interesting, we could sign Triple H. I mean, in that wage, I'm certainly not going to, but aye. That's interesting, that'd be an option. Could sign Joe Coffey. But no more signings today. Well, there's just a increase for T-Hawk, who we've not really used. But this is it. This is the big one we've been waiting for. This is our equivalent of WrestleMania, or what we're going to make it. The second annual All In. So just for All In 2. Nah, the second annual All In. Third annual All In. We make it in October. Yeah, just crack straight in it. Let's get this show booked. Let's make it something amazing. So people that are missing, obviously we haven't got Heidi Lovelace, we haven't got Chelsea Green, Alexis Kaufman, and Pete Dunne and Jimmy Havoc through injuries or contracts not starting. We are going to be based with the Bright House Network and ITV box office in the UK. Whoa, we nearly never added on Bright House there, that would have been a criminal mistake, because that's where most of our stuff is going to come from. In terms of where we're going to host the show, we're going to host the show in the Great Lakes, just keeping it up with the 8,000 roughly crowd. See if we can push to 9. I think it's somewhere that's a hotbed. So we quick look and see if there is anywhere. That's just going to quickly get rid of that. That's my bad. There we go. Anywhere a hotbed? Nope. I'm going to push it out, and we're going to go with the Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. See if we can push towards 9,000. So we've got 2.5 hours to book on our show. Quick limit the pre-books. Obviously we didn't move Hangman and Jimmy Havoc, so let's move that now. There we go. That should be fine. So, main event, Chris Jericho, Jay Lethal. The fact we didn't really build up to that again was crazy, but they're going to get 20 minutes for the AEW. Why is SEMA on commentary duty? But anyway, Jericho picks up the win. Submission, slow build. I want to give it to Lethal, but I just think we can keep it with Jericho a bit more. I'm just going to make sure this doesn't fuck up and make sure. There we go. I've obviously hit something. So Punk will be there. How can we end the show? Chris Jericho's in the ring. Why not get attacked by CM Punk? Nice way to end the show. We are going to have that triple threat match. I'm not going to do any gimmick matches. I'm just going to go straight up, give them good opportunities. So AEW Tag Team Championships on the line. And we are going to have the Wolves pick up the win over Nick Jackson. So we are going to have new AEW Tag Team Champions. The first time a championship has changed hands. Rey Fenix is unhappy. Just keep him strong. I'm assuming Penta is going to be the exact same. No, just Rey Fenix. So there we go, that's in. Callahan and Moxley. They're going to go to a 25-minute war. Moxley will take the win. I don't think he'll put Callahan over. So pinfall, slow build. We'll make it open to give Callahan a bit of offense as well, but it is going to be Jon Moxley picking up the victory. Also in action, we are going to have Cody, that's our user character. He's going to be in action against Kevin Steen. And that is going to be a 12-minute match. Steen will pick up the win, and that is going to be pinfall there. Nice, simple, effective. The Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship. Of course, we decided that to be Britt Baker, Mia Yim, Kurashida, and who else did we put in? Ali. I think in this one, our first women's champion. It's all baby faces, so I think we'll go with Britt beating Hikura, and then we can build a character and a storyline out of that with British champions. That's storytelling. Ali's unhappy. That's the only disappointing thing is we need to protect a lot of people, but hopefully allows us to get folk over. That may actually be our full card. I can't have that. Let's have a proper main event matchup, or main eventers match. So we're going to see E in action. E is going to be sharing that spotlight with Pac. With Kenta. With Kenny Omega. Because there's people we can't have off this show. Right, so then they're like take over, no upper mid card. And we'll go with Hangman Page. I don't want to do an over the top battle royal or an over budget battle royal because we truly will go over budget. And we'll have a 20-minute matchup. And hopefully, if everybody wants to do their job correctly, Kenny will go over. And everybody will live happily ever after. God damn it, E. Right, so in this one we need to keep E strong. Now that is a pretty damn sick card. So you're going to line up with Young Bucks, In fact, we'll finish the promos and that, then we'll go over the card. So we can overrun, so we are allowed to go up to 188 minutes, so that's fine. Let's properly make this a massive event then. So we'll give Cody a special spectacular entrance for his match. That's fine. We'll start the show with just a hype promo. CM Punk is in the area, just to keep him happy because he's not wrestling as such. And he's hardly someone you want to have pissed off. Post-match celebration, your new tag team champions, which will be Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, the Wolves. So that's a 5-minute segment for them. Post-match celebration as well, because you need to have one for Britt Baker, who's your new champion. We have a promo from E. He doesn't want to be scripted, so that's good. You're going to have a hype video for Sami Callihan and Jon Moxley. Proper detail in their feud. I like this song, look pretty vicious with Ambrose. And then we'll just have Moxley destroy Callahan post-match. Alright, that sounds fair, because they hate each other. So even though says he's going to turn heel, it's just Moxley getting pissed off. Promo for Chris Jericho on Jay Lethal. And there we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the second annual All-In card. 159 minutes of All Elite Wrestling. We have the Young Bucks Young Bucks contending for the AEW Tag Champs against the champions, the Lucha Bros, and the Wolves. We'll change that at one point, or we can actually bring them back to the American Wolves. We're going to have Cody against Kevin Steen. We'll get the AEW Women's Championship as Britt Baker takes on Mia Yim, Hikaru Shida, and Ali. We have a fatal 5-way between 5 of their top athletes. E against Pac, against Kenta, against Kenny Omega, against Hangman Page. A brutal matchup between 2 old rivals in Sami Callihan versus Jon Moxley. And then the AEW the AEW Heavyweight Championship, because we're still not a World Championship, as Chris Jericho takes on Jay Lethal. We'll just move that up one bit. So here we go. We've got CM Punk in commentary. We are live from the Hinkle Fieldhouse. Here we go. So 7,857, so lower than we anticipated. That's a bit worrying. But better colour commentary. That might be an effect of the industry in America, so it's not ideal. That move to Japan might happen sooner rather than later. The Punk's promo, promoting the show, B80, show off to a strong start. Perfect. Opening contest. About that had decent wrestling and not a lot of heat. Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards defeat the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros in 15-12 when Davey Richards defeated Nick Jackson with a creeping death. Richards and Edwards win the AEW Tag Team Championship titles. Penta was head and shoulders above everyone else, and Richards was the weak link. So you can see there a couple of people off their game, so that's quite worrying. Punk was pretty weak on commentary. Richards only 45. Really worrying. A lot of skill improvements, and your new champions are the Wolves, or American Wolves. Celebrate after the match, and that is just an E plus 34. A spectacular over-the-top entrance for Cody. Got the crowd hotter, and a D plus 52 segment. His match with Kevin Steen was decent. Steen wins in 11:52 with the top rope package pile driver. C plus 66. They didn't click, so that really could have been even better. But it's a good debut pay-per-view win for Kevin Steen in All Elite Wrestling. The AEW Women's Championship saw Britt Baker defeat Mia Yim, Hikaru Shida, and Ali in 11:28. with a Baker Buster. So E plus 33, you can see the Mia Yim, better than Ali, and then the weakest one was Britt Baker, but again, build her up, and then you get more contenders. Perfect. E minus 22 for her celebration, not the most over person in the world. E with a promo was a C64, just really describing what he's going to do in All Elite Wrestling and hyping up this fantastic match that we're about to showcase. And that was a 5-way, and that saw decent wrestling, little heat, as Kenny defeats Pat Kenta, Ian Adam Page, in 2028 when Kenny defeated Page with a one-winged angel. Page was a weak link there with his 37 performance, so that shows a long way to go to get into championship contention. But a lot of good performances there from the rest, and hopefully we can help get Kenny over with victories like that. Video heights for Callahan and Moxley, that's a C minus 53, going about their gory documented past. And the match itself, the best match in all Elite Wrestling history, that's a good sign, was good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Moxley defeats Callahan in 25-28 with a one-hitter, and that's a B77. Absolutely delighted with that. That is perfect. After the match, Moxley beats the crap out of him. That gets a C59. Jericho hypes up his match with Lethals in A91. So how will our championship match go? A C plus 68. Disappointing time for Jericho to be off his game. But good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Jericho defeats Lethal in 1940 with the Walls of Jericho. Chris Jericho, it makes the third defence of the AEW Championship title. And Punk attacking Jericho finishes the show with a B77. In the show, B minus 74, the best show in AEW history, of course, when you include in the celebrity we had there and the small band and the special set as well. We'll give it a little boost, but a good co-main event certainly helped the not amazing main event, but it certainly is a good showing from All Elite Wrestling, and Moxley and Callahan take a bow and they are happy with their speech. So I do expect us to lose money this month because of how much we are paying now, but I'm hoping these kind of shows give us a good boost and then we can get more lucrative deals for television as well. So maybe next time you join us, we might have a second TV deal. I'm going to look into that. So let's have a look here. ROH are in a lot of wars. Aiden English is going to get a new contract. Trent Seven as well. A lot of the people we want to bring in at this moment in time. Kenny, Matt and G Lethal need a break. A 0.03, so we still need to look at getting bigger in the States to get bigger deals. A lot of people unhappy just not making the show, but it is what it is. Financially we're losing money, so we are going all out WCW at this moment in time. But pay-per-view sales are up, so we are a bit bigger in that regard. So look, size 50, 50, 47, so that's perfect. We're well clearing that now. We're looking really good in the Great Lakes and the Southwest. You can see Mid-South also went up to a D-. So I think we just keep doing this kind of thing with shows. We'll get to national. I think it'll look a lot better once we have everything at 40. But slowly but surely we'll turn those E pluses into D-, so on and so forth. We can get to C's and get that national. As I say, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a long time to get there. That's the fun of the stream. But yeah, that was your event. Jericho B-71, Wolves C62, and Britt Baker D41. We have done all out. We have done our WrestleMania equivalent, and we are now on the road to the next version. So November pay-per-view we'll have an idea of 4 weeks to build up to it. And before I forget, making sure that is a 2-hour show. But before we end the stream, I just want to do a wee thing in broadcasting. So big, negotiate. Will they let us? So that can only be adjusted once every 6 months. So we're stuck on that for 4 months at the Bright House. That's fine. ITV box office is still not interested in us. Let's see if we can adjust it. Can I go prime time? It's Bright House. I don't want Bright House. Sorry. Box office, I want to try and see if we can negotiate a time slot. So we're on demand. Can at least get us to early evening? Nah, it's not really going to be any change then. That's cool. So let's try All Elite Wrestling. Warzone's to WWE. We'll just call it AEW to be confirmed, so we can obviously amend it when we want. Make it an A show. Make it 2 hours. I'm going to make it a Friday. Whether it comes up, we do it straight away, we'll find out, but I want to see what we can get in a prime time role, so negotiate. That was on a subscription. I saw that, but I saw HBO. We on there. We wouldn't make any money out of that, would we? So we'll go commercial. So let's have a look. I want to see what the biggest deal we could make is. ESPN's tempting because that covers Canada as well. Big. What would they offer us? Wouldn't they give us prime time? Evening? No. Nah, so the big wouldn't give us a great deal, so that's fine. I want to try and get prime time, so the highest I can get prime time is going to be a pain in the arse putting 2 shows a week, but it's a risk you need to take. Or do we just take a small deal on TNT? Now let work get something that'll work to TNT. So ESPN, would you give us a prime time slot? No. Would you give us an evening slot? No. And that's only a medium-sized one. See, as I say, we're on a big network there, but that is nothing massive. They're on the Fight Network. I'm going to see if we can try and get, I know it's only small, or very small, but it also expands out to Europe, Canada, and the... I'm going to see, it just gives it to too many places, they don't want any more wrestling shows, right, that rules that out. Consider just want to spread our horizon here. See where we are getting viewed. See, Paramount does Canada as well. I think we're stuck. So just say if I went on Unimass, would they offer us prime time? No, that's fine. Just scrap the idea for a show just now. So we'll keep improving. We'll not get a second TV deal just yet. We'll just keep working with our one and keep getting the size of the company up before we get in and commit to a deal. But 3 places are over cult level, which is good. We need to push them to 65 and then get the rest up there. So that's going to be it for this particular stream or episode if you are watching on the demand. Let's try and think what we've got planned for today. We might have something later on tonight, I can't guarantee. But hopefully something tomorrow during the afternoon as well. But just watching, keep an eye on Twitter for updates. And yeah, if you're not following already, hit the follow button, that'll give you a notification as well. And take it easy. And come on, Scotland, don't be shy. And come on, King Charles, get pole position. But take it easy, guys. Enjoy your evening. Bye bye.